you had a great weekend. I had an amazing weekend. Actually, I've got to work on like recovering from it. So I am just gonna get my Stampin' Lips on here and tell you all about my weekend because it was amazing. I need a little shimmer. That's much better. Oh my gosh, I can hear upstairs. No. That would be my husband and my dog, who's been real high maintenance. She is needing to figure out how to not need attention every single second of the day. Do you think we could get that to happen? Bye. Bye. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at the comments. There was kind of an interesting one. Okay. So, this weekend was our on-stage event from Stampin' Up, and we had a great time. I had a gathering for my team who chose to come here to Iowa, and Iowa did not disappoint. It snowed and rained and sleeted and freezing rained and like everything in between. So that was pretty funny. We had a really great time though. It was so wonderful seeing people that came from all over the place to be with us. Of course, my friends from Iowa that are local, I had a gal fly in from DC, from Tampa. A couple drove in from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, and Chicago. Am I missing anything? I think that's everybody. So it was so awesome to have everyone here. We had a lot of fun. We had a great time stamping and watching on stage and just enjoying being with one another and giggling and being inappropriate. It was fabulous. It was all the things that you want an event like that to be. So we did really enjoy ourselves. I had a whole bunch of people who also were joining on stage on my team from around the country. So they were all over the place from coast to coast. So it was really cool. Yes, we ate way too much, as one might expect. So I have a bunch of photos that I need to post. I did post a few as I was going, but I've got some more that I want to share from the weekend. We had a great time. I had a photographer come take some fun pictures of us, and I also had a Silver Elite reception for some of the leaders on my team. We went out and had dinner, and it was really great. And then just this afternoon, I got some flowers. So let me show you. So this just came, and oh my gosh, I love them. So aren't these gorgeous? They're so pretty. These were from my fart stampers. So I just was so grateful to receive such a nice surprise today. It really was quite exciting to get this. So let me put this back. We had, so let me explain fart stampers for you. So my team is called A Little Piece of Art Stampers, which is really great until you put it in a website and all the words are smushed together. And then it looks like it says fart stampers, but really it's Little Piece of Art Stampers, but we lovingly are fart stampers. Anyway, so that's what the card said. So I'm sure the lady at the flower place was like, but I'm so grateful. So thank you. Yes, I did just say fart. We are fun and not always 100% classy. Mostly, but not quite. So anyway, oh, Anna. just leave that right there. Bless your heart. So anyway, it was so, so sweet of you guys to send that to me. So thank you. Oh, I was going to say something and I totally lost my train of thought. And I think I talked more this weekend than I normally do. So my voice is like all goofy, but anyway. Oh dear. So, one of the things that happened at On Stage was we had our year-end awards. So our fiscal year for Stampin' Up! Ends September 30th. So I was pretty excited about the fact that I was the #4 demonstrator overall in all of Stampin' Up! US. So #4 overall. And then I was 5 in sales, 5 in recruiting, and 5 in leadership, or sorry, team building and leadership. So that was like crazy. And #4 overall was even crazier. So wow, that was pretty unexpected. I thought I'd do okay with sales, but I wasn't really sure about the rest. And so that was a pretty humbling thing. So thank you to all of you, whether you watch the Creativity Cave, you are a customer of mine, and especially to my team for helping me get to this point. It is not something that happens alone. And an even bigger shout out to 3 people. My very sweet Whitney, my very, very amazing Becky, and my incredible husband. These 3 people help me on a like practically every single day basis. And if I didn't have them, I would be in very big trouble. So they are what makes all of this possible. So I'm very, very grateful for their support and help and everything. It really is, it takes a village. It really does. And so I'm so incredibly grateful for all of them who make everything possible. And it is just amazing to have such wonderful people surrounding me, whether it's my team members, my people who help me, my husband who helps me so much, and then of course my incredible customers. So thank you all so much. You truly, this year has been a challenging year for our family, and you all have made it much better. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate it all, and it's very this hasn't quite sunk in yet. Now, being #4 is exciting, but honestly, it's just one day that it's matters. Then it's right back to the grind and getting all kinds of awesome things prepared for all of you guys. So we've been working on getting boxes out in the mail for our Creative Sunshine and Creativity Delivered boxes. They went out. Well, some of them went out because, oh my gosh, we can't get our boxes in. We're trying to get boxes for that. And oh, supply chain has just been super fun this year. I'm waiting on some stuff from Stampin' Up! That keeps getting delayed. It's just always something. But we will persevere. So anyway, so again, thank you to everybody. It really is special to have you all be a part of my business. So thank you. We also had some fun with a little visitor who came by to see everybody. My sweet dog came, thanks to my husband, and he was so sweet to bring Izzy to see everybody. She visited a couple of times, so that was fun. And we kind of did it on the down low because our hotel was not pet friendly, but Izzy did come. Luckily, she didn't do anything to leave a mark, if you know what I mean. So that was good. And I think everybody enjoyed seeing her. She was kind of a little spaz. She had some zoomies going on where she zooms around, but I think she enjoyed the adventures as well. So that was fun. And she loves meeting new people. So that was a lot of fun. And oh my gosh, we ate so much. Like, oh my gosh. It was when it's like a part of Stampin' Up events. There has to be treats, and we had treats. So anyway, enough about that. The weekend, I've got some fun things to share with you. Honestly, I have one card ready for today, so I don't even know what we're gonna do, but we'll figure it out. So if you have any suggestions on stuff you'd like to see, throw them out in the comments, because I don't know what to do even. Such is life. Oh, and then I'm sorry, there's one more thing I have to tell you about this weekend. So my son had a race this weekend, his final race. It wasn't like a school race, it was kind of a separate, like a club running race. He's sort of in a club, though it's not very organized, but they needed to have a club because they can't run for their high school because it's outside of the season. But anyway, he ran in a race in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It was the Nike something something regionals. And he had his best race of the season, which was so exciting. He dropped almost another minute, and he's dropped several minutes off of his time this year. So his incredibly hardworking practice has really paid off. Yes, this is the Lobster short race, and he was representing. In fact, let me see, I'll pull up a picture of him. He actually posted to Facebook, and I only say that's funny because he's on Facebook. Because like that's so not a teenager thing to do. But I will show you. And Andy and I were watching. So they had the race going on. They had the race going on a live feed so we could watch from the hotel. And again, when I saw the race at the beginning of the season on the schedule, I was like, oh, well, he's never going to qualify for nationals because it used to be nationals. So I couldn't do that. I couldn't come because I assumed he wouldn't make it. So anyway, I'm pulling up a picture because I just had it and then I cleaned my screen off so you could see it. Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera around and then I'll show you his picture. But he just did such a good job. I was so proud of him. So, goodness. Okay. All right, so here he is in his lobster shorts running. And by the way, I don't know if you can really see them. They're kind of there they are. It was really cold. Like if you're in the Midwest, you know. It was really blustery and cold, but this was the screenshot I took of his finish. So that's him finishing, and his time 17:33. His best time before that was like 18:22. So that was pretty cool. And I don't think his name is on there, but anyway, so there he is, Carl Rico, 17:33.2. We were so excited. And the funny thing is, as we were watching the race, they had the bib number wrong. And so the kid in third place, they were calling a kid in third place Carl Rico. And I was looking at the kid going, well, that doesn't really look like him, but is he in third place? And it was a tall kid. And I was like, oh my gosh, but he didn't have lobster shorts on. So I knew there was something wrong. And then they finally corrected it a few minutes into the race. But I was like, shut up. How could he be in third place? So anyway, it was really exciting because they were running really fast. But he did an amazing job. He got 23rd overall of 200 and some, I think 220 or 240 participants. So that was pretty cool. So he was in the Rising Stars race. So there he is in his lobster shorts. So it was pretty exciting to watch. And I just have to say, like, these kids who are wearing shorts and not a lot of other clothing, like, burr. It was cold. So that was the last race of the season. So he's now on a forced like 2 weeks off, and then he'll start back up with running for track. So anyway, I've got some pretty exciting stuff to talk about with you today. So first of all, tomorrow is our seasonal sale. Now this is kind of, you might have heard of this before as our online extravaganza, like our Black Friday special, and we're not having that this year. for a variety of reasons, but mainly because it's really nice when demonstrators don't have to work on Black Friday. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to pull up this because I want to make sure I don't get it wrong. Okay, so starting tomorrow and for 3 days, there will be 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies from the annual catalog only. So these are all things from the annual catalog only. So 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies. So I highly, 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 highly recommend stocking up on this sale. I know I am going to get a lot of cardstock. It is a great deal. They never do stuff like this, so it's pretty cool. So it's for 3 days only, the 16th through the 18th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Yeah, that's 3 days. You have to do it on your fingers to be sure. Anyway, when you spend $50, you will get the All-Star Tutorial PDF from me. When you spend $75, I'll give you the PDF plus an embellishment. And when you spend $125, I'll give you the PDF plus a grab bag that has a value of $20 or more. So I have all kinds of fun goodies that I've been saving for grab bags. And so you can get all of these awesome specials. And of course, if you purchase from me, you'll get the extras. So I would be so grateful for your business. I really appreciate it. It helps me continue to do awesome videos just like this one every week for you for free. So it's going to be a great sale. I would say whatever you're interested in, get your list ready. And it should start, let's see, online at 12 a.m. on the 16th. And remember, that's a mountain time for you. Like, it's actually 1 a.m. Central Time, so I probably won't stay up because that's pretty late. But it's a great deal. The other thing that's going on that you could combine these two things with, we have this pretty sweet deal going on right now called Start with Savings. And this is, you can get your starter kit for just $75. And your starter kit includes $125 in products you choose. So if you chose items on the sale, they would be the sale price. So you could even get more out of the sale. So that is like an amazing deal. Now, the starter kit is truly the best deal we offer. It is $125 in merchandise that you choose for just $75 right now during the month of November. And then the 16th through the 18th, you could also get those sale items in your starter kit, which would make it worth even more. There's no shipping, just tax. You just have to pay tax on the 75. And then you also get a paper pumpkin kit with your box. You get all the supplies and all the good things. Now, the deal is you can run a business with this if you want, but you can just enjoy a happy shopper discount. So if you are spending a lot of money, like $75 to $100 a month, it is cheaper to get the starter kit from Stampin' Up! And join my team. Now, the best part about it is my team comes with all sorts of awesome perks as well. So there's so many reasons to join. There's really no obligation. There's no reason why you shouldn't do this because it's such a great deal. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. It is all starting tonight at like 1 a.m. So get in on this awesome deal and take advantage of what Stampin' Up! Has to offer. There's just so much more to the starter kit than just the products too, because it's pretty awesome to be a part of something bigger, something more amazing than just stamping. And that is the community of stampers that we have on our team. They're really awesome. So I hope that you will consider this if you haven't already. And to all my team members who are on here, thank you guys. Love you. Love ya, love ya, love ya. Okay, so we've got the sale going on. Of course, the All-Star Tutorial bundle from Sweet Symmetry is that gift at $50 that I mentioned. You can also purchase this, and there's a link in the description of this video about that. Our next Sunshine and Creativity delivered subscription box is going to feature the tailor-made tag dies and the watercolor shapes stamp set. And this you can subscribe for any month, or I'm sorry, all month long. And then your box will ship in December. So it ships December 15th, and it's going to be a really great box. I'm super excited about it, especially these products, because these tags are so cool, and we're going to do some really fun things with them. So I think this is one of those don't miss it opportunities. And then we've got the Eden's Garden online class is here. It's coming out later this month as well. I think it comes out next week. And we've got some really cool projects, some really fun ways to use this outside of the box kind of stuff, which I think you're going to enjoy. And we also show you some creative ways to use some of the products that come in that suite. And then I also have my Peaceful Place masculine and or holiday card creativity to go kit. This one is also going to be really fun. Some out of the box ideas for this one as well, featuring the Peaceful Cabin bundle. So it'll be a really great class you won't want to miss. And then lastly, I just today added a new class. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. This is something I've been working on for a little while, and I just needed to kind of, well, what I was kind of waiting for is to get a sample of some of the stuff that's going to be in the class, but it's going to be pretty cool. So this is a Whimsical Trees Stamp Camp, and it is going to feature the Whimsical Trees bundle, which is this one. And there's really awesome dies that come with this as well. And we're going to make a 3D decor item, and I'm going to give you some little sneak peeks. There's actually 2 versions you can pick from, and you can make either one in your kit. You'll get the, it's actually a painter's drawer tray kind of a thing. So you'll get that with your kit. You'll also get 20 cards. It's going to make 20 cards. It's going to be a box. You can also make, of those 20 cards, you can put some in a boxed set of cards. There's also going to be some gift tags, 10 gift tags, and 5 treat holders. So a whole bunch of stuff. And I also, and actually there might be 6 treat holders, because I learned how to make a really super cute box this weekend that I think I got to put in this one. But it's a really cool kit. Tons of stuff. It's mainly products. So it's one of those don't miss out opportunities. And I'm just going to flash you a little bit of what this looks like. And like I said, there's 2 options. So one option is going to be kind of a whimsical version. And then the other option is a little bit more fancy. I don't know if those are the right words. So one option is going to be with the whimsical tree colors and DSP and whatnot. And then the other option is going to be gray and white and light pink, like Blushing Bride, but not the ugly Blushing Bride, the pretty version. Trust me, I've been working on it. Okay, so let me show you a little bit of what it looks like. So first of all, I'm just going to sneak peek you some things. So it's this wood painter's tray that we're going to decorate and make pretty, pretty, pretty. And then each little box is going to have different stuff. And so here's just a little sneak peek. There you go. I'm terrible, aren't I? And then for the fancy version, I started putting this together, but I didn't get enough time to really get that far on it. So this is not complete at all. This is just partially complete. So here's one of the boxes of the fancy version. Okay, so it's going to be pretty cool. We've got some pop-ups and all kinds of fun stuff happening. So I think you're going to love it. It'll be pretty cool. So that comes out later this month as well. And now I'm done talking. All right, so I saw some... and you can get the online version or the version with a box and all the things, including that tray. So lots of options. All right. Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so for our stamping, I do have one card planned, and it is going to be the Reflected in Nature stamp set. And I know this is a cabin, and I'm doing the Peaceful Cabin, but it's this one is kind of cool because you can use it for whatever, meaning like whatever kind of card you would need. So we're going to use this with our Stamparatus, and only because it's a little easier to stamp a large stamp with your Stamparatus, in my opinion. So I'm going to take out my mat in there because this is a red rubber, so we don't need the mat, but I'm going to put this kind of in the corner. I like using my Stamparatus in the corner here. And I've got a scrap of white cardstock that will stamp, just making sure that will work, and it will. And we're going to stamp this in some Night of Navy ink. And I'm blowing on this because there's some schmutz. Hold on. I gotta get rid of the schmutz, you know. It's just, there we go. It was like a little fuzz or something. Okay, so let me pick that up once more. Is there a way to make it a summer card the way it is? Yeah, I would say I would stamp it like, maybe you could stamp it in, well, I'm going to stamp this in Night of Navy. So you could try a different color combination, and then I would color in where it looks like the roof is, actually snow. I would just color that in with a coordinating marker or blend so that it isn't white. Okay. Got too much stuff in the way. So I'm using my little air hockey thingy to stamp, and then look at that. So gorgeous. Okay, and since this is still dirty, I'm just going to throw a piece of scrap paper in there. And now this is crooked, and that is not a problem. So this is where I would color in the roof so it doesn't look white. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip the edges of this, and I just want to rip if I pull towards me, what's left is that pretty edge. Okay, so I'm just going to rip around the edges of this. And sometimes it's hard to get it started right there. There we go. We got it. Oh, I hear no upstairs. Oh, Lordy, I don't remember it being this challenging when we had Sophie. I must have blocked all that out. Oh. Either that or my kids were younger and I was more used to all of it. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's just gorgeous. Now to make this a little prettier, like fancier, we're going to put some clear Winkostella on here, like where the snow would be touching. And just remember, it's going to pick it, or it can pick up some of the color from the stamping, so you want to be a little careful. And then we can put that shimmer kind of all over the place. So if you've got a little scrap of cardstock, you can kind of clean off your Stella. I was just doing that kind of off the camera a little bit. Okay, ooh, and I squeezed my thing a little so it would come out, and it is coming out. Whew. Okay, and I just like having that little extra sparkle in here. So I'm turning it upside down in the reflection. And there we go. Okay, so now it's fancy. So pretty. All right. Now, I think this is a great set for any kind of card for a man. So you could, you know, give this to somebody for a winter birthday or a thank you card, or, you know, whatever occasion you might need, a retirement card. I know some people retiring at the end of the year, so that might be kind of good. Okay, so we're going to put this on a early espresso card base, because this definitely has a little more manly connotation to it, with some nice brown cardstock. And then I brought in some DSP from the In Good Taste DSP, which is kind of those natural prints, many of which are wood grain. And I thought this would look good, and I think my panel is just a little longer than my card, so we'll put this on here right kind of down the middle, and then I'll trim the excess off. But I still have this kind of off just a little. There we go. I think that looks, oh, that's still, I tell you, I really struggle to stamp straight on when I'm doing videos, or to adhere things straight. Sometimes I look at my cards when I'm taking pictures of them and writing up my blog posts, and I'm like, geez, Dina, what were you doing? It's just how it is. Okay. So I'm going to pop this up onto my card. And again, you can, I've got just a few pieces of these dimensionals I got to use. You can add some different things to embellish this. So if you want to send this for a more masculine occasion, I would maybe stick with some linen thread or our Baker's Twine Essentials pack. But if you're going to do this for just a anybody kind of card, then I would probably, you could add some other things like some of our clear epoxy shapes. Those are kind of fun with this. Or maybe even some of our holiday rhinestones with the blue color. That would be, oops, pretty. I guess I took all the other thingies off. Okay, so I like the look of all that. Let's get rid of all these backing pieces, and then we're going to take and add our sentiment. So like, as I mentioned, the stamp set, it does come with some nice sentiments. I like this. Each day is an adventure. Take time for you. May your journey take you to many new and exciting places. Or you can pull out some sentiments from other sets. And I've got my Peaceful Cabin set right here. And I'm thinking wishing you the best would be nice. Thank you would be nice. For you would be nice. You know, any of those. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do. So I'm just going to grab a piece of white cardstock and put my sentiment on the inside. And I think the nice thing too is that it doesn't have to be anything super fancy for a masculine card, you know? And I'm going to put a little bit of twine on here too, linen thread actually. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can stick this in through the middle. Come on, work with me. I should have done this before I adhered it, but I was getting all excited about my dimensionals. I think using up the last bit of that sheet of dimensionals really got me all flustered and excited, and here we go. But I'm trying to shove it through with my bone folder. You're welcome. By the way, I think we said that's what she said about 587 times this weekend, but it's all good. you never know when you're with new people how they'll take in that that's what she said, but they were all very good sports. So okay. When do we have to pay for the camp? Whenever you would like to register for it. I do have a limited number of kits that I can make up, so just be aware of that. And by the way, I'm not trying to tie this around the shape. I'm trying to tie it around the card. Goodness, Dina. Get it together. You can do this. Okay, here we go. So it's kind of when you would like to register for it. And by the way, you can just email me. There's information in the description of this video. So yeah. To register, you need to email me and I'll send you the link. But if you are on my mailing list, I sent the link out late this afternoon before I came on, just a little before I came on live today. So check your mailbox. All right, so that's just really a simple card. So sometimes simple cards are really good. So, and I really have another tip for you in case I knew my Night of Navy ink pad wasn't too wet, but you've seen me do this probably a gazillion times before. I have a spoon dedicated to my ink pads where I can work the ink into the ink pad so that it's not too gushy wet. If you have a freshly, either a brand new ink pad or one you've just re-inked, it's going to be too wet to get all of this gorgeous detail to come out. So you want to make sure that you work the ink into the pad. It will when you go to store it, because your ink pads just automatically store, upside down where the pad is in the lid. When you go to store it, it'll come back out, so you won't lose any of the ink. You're just working it into the pad so that it's not all sitting on the surface. And then that's how you get the details in this. And that goes true for anything, whether it's even non-distinctive stamps. So that's just something I encourage you to do. Okay, so we did that. I see there's lots of calls for Peaceful Cabin cards, and I'm thinking one thing that we could do is this. I just happen to have some of my Peaceful Cabin DSP right here. So let's go ahead and take this, and I'm going to cut this to 4 inches. And then I'm going to take it to 6 inches. And then I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom so that it's 5 1/4. Okay. So when I do this, so I've got this beautiful piece of the Peaceful Cabin or Peaceful Place DSP. I think that's what I called. Izzy has not made an appearance today. She's been really high maintenance. So you haven't missed that, Teetsy. By the way, Teetsy, you never told me what you wanted for your bingo winnings. So I'm still waiting to hear from you on that one. Just saying. Okay. So I've got a scrap of paper, grid paper here that I'm going to use on this. And what I want to do is make like a kind of a twilighty background, if you will. And not twilight like Team Jacob, Team Black. Twilight as in that time of day when the sky's really pretty, just so we're all clear. But having said that, I heard Jacob Black, aka Taylor Lautner, got engaged. So that's kind of funny because he is marrying somebody named Taylor. And I'm not a super stalker, despite what it might seem like. Okay. So I just want to create kind of a cool background for this. And give me 1 second. I'm going to, sorry, I'm trying to find something here, but I don't see it on my desk. So what I want to do is put kind of some light colors with my blending brushes. Now, I don't want this to be fully blended, as in like really dark, but what's cool is the foiling on this paper is going to resist what I do here with my blending. So we're going to start with some pale papaya ink at the bottom here. And you might be like, what, pale papaya? But it's kind of, I don't know, maybe this is a sunrise, sunset, whatever twilight is to you. Now we want to be careful not to get this on the snow, because we don't want yellow snow, because that's something else, you know. It is. It's important. Okay, so I've just got some on there. And again, I don't want it like super bright. I'm not taking a ton of color as I'm doing this. It's kind of light. Okay, next up, we're going to take some fresh freesia. These are such pretty colors for this technique, and I've got kind of a purpley blending brush that I've got here. So I got rid of some of that color. And again, I'm being real light here. Just letting the ink kind of come off my blending brushes. I'm hardly pushing, by the way. Just so you know, I keep hearing something thinking that Izzy's in my office. Nope, she's not. I just heard her bark. Okay. Oh, isn't that pretty? All right. And then if this is twilight, we're probably going to have some more nighttime-y time. So I'm going to take some Melon Mambo. And again, we're going to be real light. We don't want too much. So just a little bit of Melon Mambo on top to make it kind of pink. And then we're going to do some Misty Moonlight for the very top. And I've got a kind of a blue brush. And then again, just going light in the sky. Okay. I mean, my favorite thing to do with blending brushes is have like just really rich dark color, but we're just going light in the sky. So we've got kind of the warm color kind of growing out to the cooler colors of the sky. All right. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So trying to think what I might take. A sentiment from one of my other sets. I'm going to use the Christmas to Remember, because this set is just so pretty. The sentiments I love. And I've got Season's Greetings. Ooh, but you know what else kind of works with this? Magic is in the air. What should we do? So hard to decide. Okay, I cut off a little hunk of this paper. So what if I took a little of that? Because by the way, this DSP doesn't really match our white cardstock per se. It's a little different than that. So I'm just gonna trim this really quick. I'm gonna trim this because this is the other side of this piece. And we'll use that sentiment. And I think I'm going to stamp it on Misty Moonlight for the ink. Maybe we'll put Magic in the Air on the inside. Season's Greetings on the outside. No, Season Greetings. Oh, so hard to decide. We'll figure it out. Magic in the Air. Maybe that should go on the outside. And then Season's Greetings on the inside. since the outside is what's so magical, right? I know. Are you laughing at me yet? I'm laughing at me. Okay. So we'll do magic in the air. And again, I think I'm going to do that in Misty Moonlight. Because I think Melon Mambo would probably be a little much. Magic is in the air. And then we'll take and punch the end of this. Like so. I think we'll put it just right at the bottom. Like that. And then I need some dimensionals. I'm all discombobulated because I used up that last sheet, but don't worry, I got more. Actually, why aren't dimensionals on the seasonal sale? Because that would rock. I would buy like 1 billion of them. And you probably think I'm kidding, but I'm not totally. I could do a lot of dimensionals. Magic is in the air. Oh, so pretty. Now for our card base, I'm trying to decide if we'll use, Native Navy, or this is Misty Moonlight. That seems like the right choice. I was going to go white. Let's double check. White. Oh, that looks good too. Okay, should we do white or blue? It's blue is just easier to write than Misty Moonlight. White or blue? Tell me what you think. Misty Moonlight or white? Oh, so hard. Okay, everybody's saying blue. All right, fine. We'll do blue. Y'all know I'm a sucker for white on white stuff, but everybody is saying blue except Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. But we'll go with majority. Ooh, Trina says, or wait, somebody said pink. Maybe it wasn't Trina. Sorry, Tanya said pink. I think we don't have quite the right color of pink. We do have fresh freesia, but I think that won't be the right shade for this. You know, I want it to look good. Not that it wouldn't, but I don't know. Okay, thank you, Joy. Joy says white too. I'm still going with what the majority said. Fine, fine, fine. Just kidding. It's my card. I could do whatever I want, but I'll go with blue. Okay. We'll put that on here. And look at how pretty that is. So now I said we were going to use the Peaceful Cabin, and we haven't really used it yet. On here, though, I think we could take and stamp some of these trees on the inside. I love that there's fun sentiments in here. We could add, some of this other stuff on the inside of our card. There's lots of options for you using that set, even though I know you asked for it and I didn't totally use it, but I think all of you are pretty okay with what I've done so far. So we're going to stick with this. And then on the inside, we'll do a little stamping. And we can, so let's see, I'm going to do Season's Greetings. Which looks so pretty. And then we also have, there's some little sprinkly snowflakes in here. So we're going to take those. Oh my goodness, Joyce, what's wrong with you? Have to go pick up your hubby in the field. Can I tell you something really quick? I don't know if you guys have GPS on your tractors, Joyce, but I know that's what my husband has worked on. One of my team members, they also farm, she was telling me that she was using the GPS in the tractor so that she could watch stamp videos while they were harvesting. That was just like the best thing in the whole world. So thank you for sharing that. And there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put my little speckles on here like this. Okay, And I'm doing all the colors that I put on the outside on this little area right here. And I'm stamping them like super light because I don't want them to be too dark. Now, I saw somebody say, you can't believe I'm stamping without the labels on. And I say, I can't believe people stamp with the labels on. Now, here's why I say that. I got to really clean this one for real. I find that if the label is not absolutely 100% guaranteed perfectly lined up, then I will stamp incorrectly. There we go. So those are my little thingies. And then we'll glue that to the inside. So I don't use my labels because if I can't get it on just with complete precision, then it makes me crazy. And there is precision in getting the label onto the image where the label's lined up. And then there's getting the label onto the image so that it is lined up with the actual image, not just the stamp itself. Do you guys get what I mean by the difference? So I think that it's really important to know that. Debbie says she wishes all stamps were photopolymer, and I'm going to say, oh no, I would never want all stamps to be photopolymer, and I will show you why I mean that in just a second. I think, yes, it takes forever to do the labels. I don't want the labels to be messed up. And I also don't like, when the labels first came out, I noticed I would rip off these from my blocks because those labels are so sticky and the foam would rip, and that made me mad. And so, yeah. Why doesn't Stampin' Up! Put the labels on? Because the labor involved in that would make your stamp sets cost a lot more. And not everybody likes the labels. Myself is the #1 person. Our stamps have always been assemble yourself, and the price point difference is why. We would have to charge a lot more for our stamps because putting those labels on is a process that is not super easy to do with a machine super accurately, and also hard for, frankly, a human to do super accurately. So all those reasons are why, but ultimately price. So we don't want to pay more for our stamps, do we? No. So I don't put labels on my stamps. Now I find that as long as I put the stamp on the block straight, then I get things on pretty well. So I don't struggle. I also will take and stamp things ahead of time just to make sure that I know where it's going to go once I place it. And grid paper is actually very helpful because you can see whether you're off or not. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I've inked this up, and actually I don't think I had this on the block super straight, but we'll put it back on. Okay, so I've inked this up, and I want it to be right in between those two lines. And there it is. That looks pretty good. It's pretty straight. Okay. I also am a professional stamper, you guys. Don't forget. I have 23 years of stamping experience. So yeah. Yes, I do use the block because my eyeball can see if the block is straight much easier. On a stamp like this where it isn't necessarily straight with the image, I make sure it's straight with the block. So yeah. And you know, the other part, by the way, is not just I said it's labor intensive, which translates into more cost for us, but it also would dramatically slow down the whole process, the whole manufacturing process. So it would take a lot longer to manufacture stamps, which means they would go into back order more often, which means, you know, all the things. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why we don't do it the way we do now. And then the other thing is someone said they wished all the stamps were photopolymer. And I said, oh no, I would not want that. And so let me give you an example of why I say that. I'm going to pull out a stamp set that is photopolymer. This is the Seascape Stamp Set. And like I said, I would not want that. And the reason is because the quality of stamping is dramatically higher with red rubber. It's just a higher quality image comes off the card stock. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. Let's see if I have a smaller scrap. Yeah, I'll just use a half sheet, never mind. Okay, so when you look at a stamped image, let's see. Okay. So there is a red rubber stamped image. You get a very crisp image, and then when I stamp it off, I still continue to get really crisp images with lighter colors. So this is Fleur de Flamingo first strength, stamped off once, stamped off twice. Okay. Now, yes, it would be easier if we could see through red rubber, but the quality of red rubber is just so much better. All right, so let me find a somewhat compatible photopolymer image. I'm going to try, well, this is not compatible because it's kind of a, here we go. I'm going to pull off one of these Biggest Wish stamps, okay? This is photopolymer. And I love stamping off images such as this one. I'm going to clean it to make sure we start out with a clean stamp because that makes a difference. So I'm going to use that same ink, Fleur de Flamingo. And I'm going to stamp this once, twice, 3 times. Now, let's take this under the magnifying glass for a minute and look. So first off, I see very crisp edges here. I see blobby edges here. Do you see how it's not completely perfect? And here it really is quite accurate to the stamp. Okay. Then the second stamping is where you really see that detail come through. The second stamping is not near as crisp as this second stamping. So you've got little edges that happen. And then the third stamping, again, it doesn't hold the stamp quite as evenly as it does here. Like this is still pretty even. It's definitely lighter, but again, you've got darker little areas and not completely even. So this is a pretty decent demonstration of why I wouldn't want this. Now, I think Debbie said that. I wasn't trying to like jump all over you for that, but I want you to understand why I feel that way about the stamps. Now, I love photopolymer because you can see through your stamps, and that is a definite benefit, especially when you're using words or stamps you have to line up like a 2-step set. But the crispness is just so nice. I love this. And then the second generation image is always so much better. And I really noticed this too in, I have an even better example. Hold on, because I really want you guys to see this. We actually were talking about this, I think, this weekend. I was talking about it with somebody recently. Where is... I'm looking for my In Bloom stamp set. Oh, I bet Becky was using that today. I bet it's on her desk. But when you have a bigger solid flower, the second stamping definitely is not as good. So anyway, but there you go. This is why. All right, we're going to do one more quick card. What should we do? Let's see. I didn't take enough note of what stuff people were saying before. Let me scroll way back in our comments and see what people were saying. Someone said no, Izzy. Oh, she is just difficult. But I will post a bunch of pictures of her because, gosh dang it, she's so flippin' cute. It's ridiculous. Pampered Pet Fall card. Wow, Sharon, that's very specific. I'm not sure I could do that. Oh, expressions in ink. We could probably whip something together with expressions with ink. Is anybody else sick of Christmas? I'm sick of Christmas. I'm just saying. I've been making a lot of Christmas cards. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. I'm looking for my expressions on ink stamp set and I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's whip something together with this. Oh, I know what we could do. Oh. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a tag and die cut myself. Well, actually, maybe we'll stamp first and then die cut a tag. All right, let's take my fish back. You know, as a demonstrator, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, but we're not really even officially at Christmas season, and I'm already sick of making cards. Oh, somebody said they don't want to see another penguin card. Oh my gosh, I want to use the penguin set, but since you can't get it, I haven't used it at all. So that's been kind of frustrating. So I haven't even like done anything with it yet. All right, so I love the artistically inked stamp set. In fact, I have a great class for this, which I still have packets available if you're interested. The class is designed for gift giving. So like you could make cards that you could then give as gifts to people for the holidays, since we have to, you know, basically take a jet ski out to the shipping containers stuck in the Los Angeles harbor, right? Okay, anyway, so what I'm going to do with this is take and stamp this with a few different colors. Let's take something kind of purpley. I've got I started with some Highland Heather, and then I'm going to do some Gorgeous Grape. And then they're all great. Thank you. I would agree, but thank you for saying that. That's nice. I do pride myself on some pretty good classes. Julie, the reindeer punch, it was supposed to be back today, and now they said next Monday. So I'm hoping next Monday. Okay, so there's Pacific Point. Hello, Carol from Texas. How are you? All right, then I've got, this is Bermuda Bay. The Deer Punch is such a good one. It's going to continue to be available, which really rocks. So like it'll show up again in the future. Okay, so you can see I've got 4 fetal pigs. Did you know this is really a fetal pig? I mean, not really, but it's what it looks like. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So here's the head, and here's like the feet, and here's kind of the umbilical cord, and then like the bottom feet. If you didn't know that, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Ah, somebody told me this. So yeah. There's also spoiler alert. I think I can say this. I don't know. Maybe they'll kill me if I say it, but there's a stamp that a new stamp set that will have a deer in it that you can punch out in the new catalog. What? How exciting is that? Okay, so there we go. I've just got some colors going across here. And then I'm going to close this up. I'm going to die cut this with my tag. Gosh, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Oh, shoot, but I took the tag off. I should never take the tag off. I took it off my sheet. well, we use, oh, no, here it is. Phew. Oh, goodness. I was worried about that. Okay, so I'm just going to die cut this out of all of that. All right. And I got to do this so I can get it through my machine. Okay. Oh, look at that. Now, if I would have die cut the tag first, there might, like the little stitching might not have inked, you know what I mean? So it might not be perfect. The mini catalog, yes, the mini catalog that's coming up in January is where that deer is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to take my biggest wish, you know, since we have this out. So yeah, so I'll go through the colors really quick. This was Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. And I'm just going to do thanks because I need thank you cards a lot. So that when you order during the special that starts tomorrow, I'll send you a thank you card along with your gifts with purchase. And this will be it. Did you see what I did there? Do you like that? Masterpiece Jewelers. I know who you are, but I can't remember. The reason the host code is put in is because we can give you gifts with it. That's why. It supports being able to give you gifts. Now, if your order is over $150, skip the code because then you can get the gifts from Stampin' Up! Yourself. But when you use the code, we can send you gifts. I also use the host code for things like replenishing my card stock. I go through a lot of card stock. There we go. Thanks. Isn't that cute? I like it. All right, so I did this in Stays On because I wanted to make sure that black was really opaque and strong, and you'd be able to see it really well. Okay, then I'm going to put my bone folder down. I've got a white card because you guys wouldn't let me do white on white, so we're going to do it on this one. And then you can take a variety of different things, but I think I might use some of this black glitter. Oh, yes. Yes, you did email me. And, ooh, was it Sally? Stacy? Stacy, final answer. See what I did there? I knew it started with an S. Okay. So, I'm going to just put a little bow on here. Ooh, that's a bit much of a bow. We might tone this down a little bit. That was too much bow. It can happen. Just cut some of this off so it doesn't take up the whole card. Oh, that's much better. And then we're going to pop this baby up because, like, hello, why wouldn't we? Because we're going to order 50 billion dimensionals as soon as they show up on a sale somewhere. That's not tomorrow, sorry. If it was 50 billion right here from Dina. Okay. I'm going to pop that up on there like so. And then we'll glue dot our little ribbon on here. Like that. And that's just such a simple but really nice looking card. I love it. Now the other thing you could do with this is you've got a little, you've got a little leftover of this. If you took and, like, I could cut just a little sliver. If I stamped a little bit right there, we could cut a sliver off and put it in here, and that might be kind of cool. Where did my stamp go? And then I have got to get off of here. I got to feed my family. It's like they want to eat every single day. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Why is that? Every day. Okay, I'm going to put some Pacific Point right there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just cut a sliver off of this. do with my trimmer. Found it. So I'll do like a 1/2 inch, and it's not going to be perfect, and that's going to be okay because it's just a little coordinating strip that we're going to throw on the inside of our card to make it all matchy-matchy, like we totally planned it this way. Isn't that cool? This set is pretty awesome. There we go. Isn't that fun? All right, so there is our card. I'll show you my other 2 cards, and then I'll tell you one more time about the special coming up. So we got a man card here. Okay, so our special starts tonight at midnight Mountain Time. So if you're on the Pacific coast, you're good. You can just stay up till 11 and the sale will start. But if you're on the East Coast, you got to wait till 2 a.m. It's all about Stampin' Up time. So it starts at midnight, Stampin' Up time. And our sale is going to be 10% off cardstock. I'm getting a visual for you. I have a visual aid. Just got to find it. 10% off of all cardstock from the annual catalog. 15% off of ink pads and 20% off dies. Again, everything is from the annual catalog that's discounted. You can add whatever kind of stuff you want to your order that's not on sale, but the ones that are discounted are from the annual catalog. So 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies. Such a great time to take and stock up on supplies. Get those ink pads that you're missing from your collection. Get some more dies. There's so many wonderful dies like the tags I just showed you. So get all those goodies, and at a great price. Of course, we also have our special for the starter kit, where you can get our starter kit on sale for $75. Okay, it's called Start with Savings. You can get our starter kit for $75, and you choose $125 in merchandise. And if you choose things that are on the sale, you can get even a little bit more out of that. There's no obligation to do anything, but I think once you join, you will want to enjoy all the benefits of being a demonstrator, both with Stampin' Up! As well as on my team, because I have some amazing perks. And I have a truly wonderful community of stampers who understand and get stamping. They get what that burning passion for stamping is. And we do have a very positive and uplifting and just all around wonderful team that you can be a part of. And there's so many perks for being a part of my team. So yeah. When will the new catalog go live for demonstrators? It actually went live earlier today. You can see it on the website, and then it goes live for everybody to purchase from in January. But demonstrators can see it starting today. So yeah, you can check that out. All right. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. And I will see you all next week. And actually, I'll see y'all on Wednesday, because I have a really great video for you for Wednesday for my Discover Your Creativity. All right, guys, have a great evening. We'll see you soon.